Some weapon skill would not be amiss. Movement points. We said we wanted movement points, right? Alright, yep, let's take movement points because I said we wanted movement points. Idira, you do want to be the kind of buffer. Okay, allies gain half int bonus hit chance against anything and crit chance against anything affected by exploits, which is pretty much all of the enemies because we apply them while we have line of sight at the start of our turn. Then again, 2% is insignificant. Get more momentum. I still haven't understood if momentum is shared between all characters. I think it is. I feel like we've, as for the veil, I feel like we've had two types of situations. Either the veil has been thin to begin with, and we have been triggering the veil because of that, or we have been nowhere near a high enough level to trigger Perils of the Warp. And if that's the case, then this is situational. However, that might change down the line, but then we should take it once we are down the line. Extra exploit stacks, not bad. Extra stacks at the start of combat. This basically gives extra exploits to anybody who's nearby attacking us. I don't like that. Oh, exploits even on enemies which are outside the line of sight. That's potentially interesting. Get a free action point after triggering psychic phenomena or Perils of the Warp. I don't know. Reducing toughness by 12 means they lose 2 bonus. Which is minus 20% max health. Which might get them killed? extra exploits sounds good. I really want something that just adds more buffs to our guys when we support them. Oh, you definitely need Psyker Minoris. Why didn't you get this before? Oh, you are an unsanctioned Psyker. That, yeah, yep, yep, yep. Okay, let's get your Psyker level up. That was an easy choice. As soon as I found out that that actually was a thing we could do. We cannot take awareness. Oh wait, Idira, you're not the one stacking Xenolore. That's Cassia. Or I thought it was Cassia. I guess it's you now. Yeah. Oh, you have taken Lord Zeno here. Okay. Argenta, you have some options here. Controlled shots. Shoulder gives a sign that they're about to open fire. Allies will automatically dodge the next attack. Don't know if that's the next bullets or full attack. Excuse you? The next ranged area attack deals 100% extra damage. Excuse you? Just double... Sure. I can see which class the devs wanted to play. Okay. Alright. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Who has the most awareness? Cassinidiria. I don't think anything you do needs awareness. You do want agility. But none of these are really great for you. It's definitely not the lore. You can use medkits, so maybe you take medkits. Yeah, we're taking ballistic skill. Demolition. Those are not options we can do anymore. Cassia, my beloved. Okay. This gives ballistic skill equal to 4, which is good, but insignificant. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this gives us +5 fellowship until end of combat. Does that give us... That brings us up over the threshold for getting 1 more bonus on all of these things, which is very nice, until we get another level in fellowship, at which point it does absolutely nothing for us. Oh, wait, what? Break their ranks. Works as if there were one more enemy adjacent to the target. This allows this ability to be used on targets with no enemies adjacent to them. Is this how we finally get value out of this thing? Yes, I think that's what we do. Because otherwise we have gotten very little value out of break their ranks. So yeah, let's do that. Make sure we can get value out of that thing. I believe we need fellowship here. Yep. That's gonna boost our leadership things. Big fan of that. This gives temporary wounds. Ooh. The officer tree takes a lot of brain power, I feel like. Do we have some kind of melee boosting here? Ooh, this reduces the AP cost of sweep and shove. But I don't feel like we've been struggling for AP on those, and it still ends the turn, unfortunately. Dual weapon. He is using 2 weapons in a set. So he could then swing and shoot. You know what? Let's just try that. More Medicaid. Medicaid for all. Okay, let's save in case we croak, so we don't have to redo that.
What are all these enforcers and soldiers doing in this shelter? Why are they not on the streets fighting back against the enemies of humanity?
I presume it is because the governor does not wish to be without his personal guard, even behind the meter-thick walls of his bunker. Typical.
Meter thick. I appreciate the use of metrics. Thank you. Every chance to use to adjust the height of the command platform. Okay, let's talk to the governor after we press this button. The cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous ports have been replaced. Not a single key is jammed. Fresh seals with prayers to the Omnissa adorn its surface. One of the side panels has been removed. Bundles of gold-notched cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago. Awaiting access code. I'm just gonna hack your computer here. Do you mind? You bypass the secret layers. The cogitator is ready to reveal its secrets. So, to be investigated. The entry contains planet-side coordinates marked Heavy Auger Station jamming, possibly hidden insurgent space. Recent observations. The satellite Magos reports that ship has been translated into the system. Its signature is consistent with the record of the flagship of a rogue trader dynasty, House van Valencias. Okay, they know we're coming. The satellite Sephra, the Keen reports that ship drifting nearby has hurriedly sped away. The ship has sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent-controlled areas of the surface of Ricard Minoris. Okay. Another transmission was directed to planetoid Ricard. Both transmissions were signed Brother Twilight. So we are currently working on the assumption that Brother Twilight is either Cousin Khan or Felek. So they might have directed the transmission to Ricard Filia. Interesting. Sacred computations. Upon Logis Abel's orders, the archives of every augur station of Ricard Minoris and the 2 primary satellites of Ricard stars have been queried. Said satellites are named Magus Maruf and Sephire the Keen, after 2 great champions of the faith whose external cogitators were placed inside the satellite's cores after their shells expired. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Logis is to uncover the external influences behind the ongoing insurgency. Computation result positive. Okay, so number was larger than 0, good. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ship moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred augur's eye. Okay. Early in the winter, the most recent one arrived. Oh, sorry. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived two Ricard Minoris cycles ago, early in the winter. The most recent one 1 month ago. You like the unnecessary heat shimmer on my screen? Oh, yeah. How else did you know it's hot? Maybe it's just very smelly. You're smelly, Kermie. Logis Abel conclusion: the insurrection of the planet had been long in the making with the participation of external actors. Okay. So they've been playing the long con. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago Aurora arrived in the Ricard system, the rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents. 2 subsequent ship movements can be attributed to weapon deliveries, but what is the nature of their activity near Ricardiphilia? The Governor Medina attention must be drawn to, and it's cut off. Okay.
Follow my lead.
Governor? Good evening. The tall, dark-skinned man turns towards you and greets you in a court military manner. Faisal Ricadi ab Medina of Kronos, governor of the star system. Welcome to my temporary headquarters. The man's gaze falls on Abelard, his eyes slightly narrow. Verserian? Abelard nods dryly. Governor Medina. Governor Medina, my greetings. The governor's expression changes drastically when he sees Cassia. Lady Navigator, what an honor. I can't keep this. It's so hard to do voices. What an honor. I never thought that Hoser Stella would grace our world with such a visit. I only wish I could have received your order under different circumstances. Cassia purses her lips, and an echo of grief knocks the wind out of those present. House Orselo is grateful for the support that you have provided to Urek 5 these many years. I'm not seeing the envoy I'd sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that is so, I promise you their punishment will be swift and severe. The convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldier turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me. This is an outrage! I will have the personnel vetting procedure changed immediately. The slightest suspicion will be grounds for arrest. Your ladyship, before proceeding with discussing the matters that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of House Valencius. I have received no word of her demise. How is it that you are now the rogue traitor? Uh-oh. Is this a choose your words carefully kind of situation? Okay. So we can say that she died at the hand of cultists. That we are I should be the one asking that question. We were attacked by heretics. Our ship was attacked, Theodora killed, and I claimed my inheritance. That's all you need to know. Do we trust this guy? Does he need to know what happened on board our ship? Is my question here. He's being a little bit of a wuss sitting back here with all of his entourage. I mean, it's not like it's a secret. It's gonna come out sooner or later. My esteemed predecessor. Yeah, let's be respectful to the... What is my question in the second one? This one? I should be the one asking the question. That question. Like, why am I the rogue trader? That is what I should be asking. But I don't like that. I feel like we do... This is callous. Yeah, I agree, Sign. I agree. This is kind of cold-hearted, callous even, but it also fits the lore. So this might be a good answer. Number one makes the most sense to you. It is. It's invoking the Emperor, and it is honoring the our predecessor with the esteem. So I feel like that's the right one. May the Emperor incinerate their souls. Gate Governor frowns, and a deep shadow falls over his face. Rogue trader from Valencia is slain. Unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, your ladyship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help. We can... Do we go head to straight to commerce here? I realize that you yourselves are in a difficult situation. This seems too soft. We are the rogue trader. We're the big boss here. The big honcho, the main boss, you know. I think it's not one. It's either 2 or 3. I'm leaning towards the check because that's free experience. Yeah. Yeah, I think we go 3. Of course, your ladyship, you will be compensated for any losses, and I will see to it personally that your ship's hold are filled with the finest goods from my personal reserves. Profit factor gained. Oh, heck yeah, let's go. Profit factor is a measure of your status, wealth, and power as a rogue trader. Its value is determined by your trade connections, income of your holdings, treasury, and loans, both to and from you. While traveling, your character will use profit factor for buying items and completing colonial projects? Profit factor is not spent on purchases and transactions. Instead, its level determines your ability to conclude trade transactions. Profit factor can grow.
Test subjects. It appears that in spite of your numerous trials and failures, some of you have developed a bizarre, almost obsessive fascination with this Twitch stream. Now I do understand the allure of watching our esteemed commander demonstrate how not to lead a Warhammer campaign. There's an undeniable fascination in observing the heroic displays of ineptitude on screen. But let me propose a little experiment for the less intellectually challenged among you, purely in the interest of science, of course. Towards the lower quadrant of your screen, you will find 2 peculiar symbols. One resembles a thumbs up, while the other bears a striking resemblance to a bell. Now, I could bore you with the intricate semantics and symbolism behind these icons, but what really matters is their function. By clicking the thumbs up, you'll be expressing your appreciation for someone else's failures and shortcomings. Sounds like a win-win, doesn't it? Meanwhile, the ringing bell acts as a reminder for when the next scheduled catastrophe, or as you call it, live stream, is scheduled to begin. The result of these simple actions: more chaos, more hilarity, and more opportunities for you to revel in the fascinating study of how not to do things. And remember, the only thing standing between you and a lifetime supply of mayhem and failure is a simple click. So what are you waiting for, test subjects? Follow the path of the neurotoxin. I mean, just go ahead and like and subscribe. What could possibly go wrong?
Terms and conditions apply. Lifetime supply of failure may not actually be a lifetime long supply of failure. Okay, wow. That's the thing. Profit factor is not spent on purchases and transactions. Instead, its level determines your ability to conclude trade transactions. It can grow or diminish. Okay. I feel like we did well. Thank you, Cyan. Appreciate ya. Abelard nods in approval and remarks quietly. Excellent, your ladyship. A rogue trader has no use for leniency. Rust Bucket did give me a thorough thrashing. Oh, goodness. I can offer you several thousand fine, obedient servants. However, I'm sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until we've dealt with the insurgents on this planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duly punished for their heretical scheming. Oh, that's a lot of text. Okay. I wish to commend the courage of one of your soldiers, Sergeant Malgar. He and his soldiers valiantly defended the starport. The sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration. Okay, good. Your subscribe is currently being delivered elsewhere. Valid. Kinsrad man Conrad Voitvia von Valencius has betrayed our dynasty and the Imperium. If he's hiding in the system, I want him handed over to me. Voitvia is a traitor? Why? Any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two. Naturally, we will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However, we have a cogitator here at the command center. It connects to the data crypts. Okay, I already read it.